Figurized Standard Magnamon. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. In today's video we have the Figurized Standard Magnamon from Bandai. Released in February of 2022, this is the third Figurized Standard Digimon kit to come out, and it costed me $39.99 Canadian. And for a brief synopsis, if you're not familiar with Digimon kits, there are two lines of model kits for them. The Figurized Standard Amplified line, a series of kits which are more expensive, larger, heavily redesigned, and are a little bit more difficult to build. The Magnamon falls in the second Digimon line, which are just simply labeled Figurized Standard. Their design is much more faithful to the anime design. They cost quite a bit less, are smaller, very easy to build, though they lack extra details, gimmicks, and articulation. Alrighty, now that I explained that, onto the review, starting with the box. We have a very cool cel-shaded anime-inspired box art, just like the two previous standard kits. On the side of the box we have a series of pictures of a painted Magnamon kit in a variety of poses, and though this side of the box kinda emphasizes it has some good articulation, I'm just gonna say it's not that great. Like over here it says it has some good shoulder mobility. Yeah, we'll see about that. On the other side in the black box, it's showing us a non-painted model and a front and back of the painted model. We also got a little bit of lore over here. You can pause the video and take a look at it if you want, but let's move on to the actual kit. And here's the Figurized Standard Magnamon. It was very easy to build, consisting of only a couple runners, and the build only took me 2 hours. I would highly recommend this for beginners. This kit is straight build, panel lined, and I used up all the stickers. And thankfully there's not that many. We got a pair of eye stickers, 2 circle stickers here for his crotch, and 4 really bad stickers here, which are supposed to be cabling or something, I assume. They look really bad, really gross. And lastly, we got these nail thumb stickers. Those don't look great either. But hey, at least there's not that much stickers though. As a straight build, I think the Magnamon looks pretty good. I wish the gold was, gold chrome, but this one isn't too bad. It's not dull and it's not like orangey yellow. It looks a lot better in person. My camera doesn't pick this up properly, but it reflects the light pretty decently. And at a glance you might not see it, but there are some noticeable nub marks. The blue hides it much better, but on the gold you'll see it around the seams. Man, this kit would have been amazing if they gave us gold chrome and undergated it. But I digress. In terms of panel lining, there's not much here. I used a brown fine tip panel lining marker. I think you definitely need it just to break up all that yellow gold. I would say it's a must. As for colored part separation, we don't have much. The only noticeable one here is that crest on his crotch, and I'm so happy they didn't make this a sticker. We got like some more gray parts sticking out of the chest, otherwise pretty basic design. And I've never noticed this before, but it actually has thrusters underneath the shoulder pauldrons and the side skirts. In addition, we got some nice muscle definition, especially for the quads. He never skips leg day, and we got a little bit for the triceps. God, I love how all the Digimons are juiced out. Overall, the kit's pretty basic in design, not much, surface level detail or anything like that. But it's trying to be faithful to the anime design, and there's nothing wrong with that. But speaking of anime designs, here it is next to the anime design. As you can see, pretty much a one-to-one copy, albeit just less shiny. My god, if you gave this a nice paint job, it'll look amazing. Overall, in terms of appearance, the Magnamon looks pretty good. Very simplistic, but you don't need to do a lot for this kit. Just the gold!
I love gold!
Moving along, as for articulation, starting with the head, we got a side-to-side, 360. We have this much of a up and down head tilt, and the neck is able to extend.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
For the shoulder pauldrons, it sits on a ball joint and it comes off very easily. Like I was saying, it's on a ball joint, so it's able to swivel, go up and down, and somewhat rotate. For the arm abduction, we have this high up, 360 of the arm. We have an upper bicep rotation. Very minimum elbow bend, somewhat decent extension, hyperextending his arm. This is on a ball joint, so it could 360 rotate and wiggle about. For torso articulation, it's made of 2 separate pieces up here for the torso and here. You can get a pretty good side bend. You can also do a 360. Very good back extension, and a decent ab crunch. Well, the side skirts, they're on a ball joint just like the shoulders, so they have the same range of motion, but also the same problem. I can see this preventing the hip mobility quite a bit. Moving along the back, the tail is just pretty much one piece. They will rotate. And being on a ball joint, it can move up and down and side to side a little bit. Nothing too amazing, but it's there. Coming down to the legs, we have this much of a split. Yeah. The attachment to the shin is a little loose, so it could fall off quite a bit if you play around with it too much. As I was saying, we have this much of a split, and like I said earlier, it's hindered by the side skirts. There's also a full rotation for the upper thigh, and the shin just fell off again. Magnamon is able to kick up this high, pretty decent, and this far back, pretty decent as well. And oh yeah, don't push it too far or else the side skirts will pop off. The knee can bend this far, around 90 degrees, and the shin can rotate. And if you do too much, the leg will fall off. Again, the ankle has a very small set-aside pivot. The ankle could also do a 360, although it does make the ankle point down. Ankle dorsiflexion is pretty much non-existent, but it could point its toes down like this. So unfortunately, despite the kit looking pretty good, its articulation is very limited, especially so in the ankles. With the limited mobility, it has a very difficult time even standing up. Despite not even being heavy, and also with big feet, it's just trying to put it into a wide stance is a little bit of a problem. And what makes matters worse is things do fall off. The shoulders, the side skirts, and the shin part comes off quite frequently. And for a kit that doesn't bring much to the table besides its looks, that's not acceptable. Just trying to put it into a dynamic standing position is a little difficult. I'd rather just put it on an action base. There's an adapter hole right over here, and I just use this adapter from the action base one. Just slot it right in. Get yourself an action base, not included. And like everything else, it looks much better in a flight pose. And I know the kit doesn't come with any extras, but I really wish they came with like open hands. You could put in some cool martial art poses if you just had that. But just got some closed fists. And since no extras, let's do the shake test. Just gonna grab it over here and oh, that was pretty surprising. I was expecting the shin and the shoulders to fall off, but not bad. Huh. Yeah. And if you're wondering how tall Magnamon is, he's around 6.5 inches, or 16.51 centimeters. Pretty much a 1/44th scale. Speaking of which, here's the entry grade Arc 78-2, which is 1/44th scale. As you can see, very similar in height. Here it is next to the Master Grade Arc 78-2, full mechanics 1/48th scale, Malus Kenbu. Magnamon being half the height of this. Next up for some smaller kits, we have a Figuarts Standard Metal Garurumon of the same line, and a Figuarts Standard War Greymon of the same line. Pretty much same size here too. Next up we got the Zoids Rev Raptor, a Funko QB, big head, a posing mannequin I got from IKEA that I don't really use, so I wasted money, Funko Roy Mustang, Funko Naruto, and a gun. Yeah, it's not real. 4 shelf presents, being the same size as every other Figuarts Standard kit. It looks good with the other ones. Definitely not eye-catching enough, but you can fit a lot of them in a case, so that's pretty cool. Once again, we come to the end. What do I think of this kit? Should you buy it? Now, being over $40 Canadian, I think it's pretty expensive for what it is. Appearance-wise, it looks pretty good. The gold looks much better than what traditional gold-injected plastic looks. It's a simple build, and the kit has a very simple design. Though that's not bad, I still like the kit, at least based on the appearance. The molded muscle looks pretty cool. We got limited amount of panel lining, but at least there is some. There is some bad nub marks here and there, but you have to zoom in pretty close to see them. Overall, my issues aren't with the appearance, it's mostly with the lack of articulation. It's a Figuarts Standard kit, so I know it doesn't come with much extras, but the articulation should be somewhat, decent, just so you can put in a lot of cool poses. Something that this kit I find does lack. So as someone who's actually looking into the kit, overall if you just wanted to leave it there and put it in one simple pose, yeah, sure, head, go buy it. It looks pretty good. Alternatively, you could buy the Metal Garurumon and War Greymon kit. They have a little bit more in articulation, but they're not gold.
I love gold.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you like it. I enjoy making it. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this review didn't come out too harsh for this kit. I honestly love it, but the articulation just wasn't there. Still very pretty though. If you share the same thoughts or if this review helped you in any way, hey, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you don't like it, hit that dislike. It's there for a friggin' reason. Thanks again for watching my video. Take care. Bye.